Hello Aries, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are back, welcome back. Nice to have you here once again. If you're new, welcome. My name is High Priestess Elif. I'm a no tools medium, intuitive reader, spiritual healer. I channel my message. The basis of my message is channeled. I am speaking to spirit, connecting with spirit, angel guides and keepers, to bring you messages that you need to hear at this time. Answers to questions that you might have been asking. You know, we are never alone. We think we're alone often, but we're not. And when you're by yourself and you are pondering your life, your relationship, and the things that really matter to you, your guides hear you, the questions that you ask. When you are crying out, you know, from a heart area, from your heart space, because you are desperate to receive answers, but often you are so focused on trying to find those answers from the 3D reality, from your ego space, from your mind, trying to figure it out, trying to rationalize, trying to find answers outside of yourself. You cannot hear the promptings of your own soul. And this happens to us, especially when you're in a place of, you know, when your heart chakra has been blocked because you've experienced some trauma in that area, some shock. It can be a little bit difficult because we need to be willing to go quiet enough to hear them. But they do hear us. And so sometimes they bring us messages in this way. Okay? So I channel messages from spirit. Everything that I say in my readings, from the time that I begin to record until the time I finish, is me channeling, even if it just seems like I'm having a conversation with you. I use analogies, stories. I tell you what you need to hear based on what spirit is showing me and spirit is telling me. I don't have a personal opinion or judgment into your situation. What I do from a place of love, because believe it or not, we might think we all individuals and we're all separate and we all live different lives and we're different people, and we've all found ourselves on the same path at some point in our lives. It looks different. We might have experienced it in a slightly different way, but we are all the same. And thanks to my guides and keepers and to those who have come onto my path to share with me insights from a place of love and light, I was able to break free from a lot of things. So that is my intention, is to help the collective. We are all in this together. I always ask that you center yourself, take a few deep breaths. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this message, through this reading, to help you to recognize and to know from a place of intuition, from the part of you that is eternal wisdom, whether or not this is your reading. To take what resonates and to leave what doesn't. Don't try and make things fit that are not part of your story. It doesn't serve. And to help you to recognize and to embrace the messages that are meant for you, even if you might not be inclined to do so naturally, for whatever reason. Sometimes it is those things that we find, it's those truths that we find a little bit hard to swallow that are the ones, those are the keys to help set us free often. Okay. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. You've entered a sacred space. I start my readings with a meditation, and I open a channel for remote healing for my subscribers in the area of love, your relationship with yourself, and your journey here. Everything in this life experience is about love. Our relationship with everything is in essence based on our relationship with ourselves. So for those of you who've taken the time to like, to comment, and subscribe, I thank you. I appreciate your energy and your time. It also makes it possible for those other people who need to have access to this message to have access to it. So thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Now, Aries, the first thing that Spirit is showing me is and it could be your energy, could be your person's energy. Take it as it resonates. Is my hearing seems to be dimmed down or limited. It's as if my ears are partially closed. That only started when I started channeling and tapping into your reading. So what that lets me know is that, yeah, Spirit confirms what Spirit said to me in the beginning, is that Spirit is communicating with you, not only the angels, not only the angels, but your ancestors, the Spirit guides too, and loved ones from your person. But you're not able to hear them because your frequency, you're too bombarded with things that hinder the communication. You have to elevate your frequency, and you have to do this on a daily basis, and you have to do this consciously all the time. Some people think that enlightenment and spirituality is a little bit like, so you're spirit, that's who you are. But coming into this life really desensitizes us to the truth, the true essence of who we are. We become so identified with our ego and the reality around us and how we perceive it, which is in essence an illusion. But that's a whole nother subject. We identify so much with that we disconnect from, we focus on action and doing and thinking, and we focus on the 3D and reality. We focus on exercising and eating and looking good and you know, presenting the right image. And for a long time, spirituality was limited to just going to church on Sunday or mosque on a Friday or whatever, you know, depending on one's religious belief. The way you eat 3 times a day, for some of us even more. Our diet just depends on our lifestyle, depends on our makeup, it depends on who we are. You are supposed to constantly be feeding yourself spiritually. Feeding is just a term we use. All it really means is you've got to consciously be finding your various paths inward and then approaching your life from that place. Whatever those things may be for you, whether it's practices, and I mean, it's not even about the practice, it's about where it leads. It should lead inward. But it can be something as simple as going to sit somewhere quiet and focusing on something that you really appreciate long enough until you feel it shifted your emotions and your energy. Go quiet, go inward, go align with the part of you that is you, in essence, your soul, source. Because you will begin to hear what they are trying to communicate with you from that place. You are focusing on, Spirit says, on what you see. And you are limiting what you hear. Because you're listening, the source that you are relying upon for information, you need to be very selective about that. It needs to be filtered through source. If somebody gives you advice or talks to you about a subject, let's say with your person, ask yourself, Is this person speaking to me from their soul self, from a place that is aligned, from a place that is enlightened, or are they speaking to me from fear or from this 3D reality, what they've perceived relationships to be from there? Okay. Right. Now, the question that I'm going to be asking for you today, Aries, is we're going to be asking two very specific questions. We are asking Spirit, so this is obviously for those of you who have been blocked. You're not speaking to your person. For the twin flames on my channel, you are in what we call separation. Even though I need to start just reminding my viewers, and also those of you who don't know, I need to share this truth with you. For twin flames, there is no such thing as separation. That is the thing that keeps so many of us stuck, because we still identify with this connection from an ego place. The ego attaches and detaches. The ego has polarity. The ego is good and bad, needs to box things, needs to classify things, needs to own something to feel that they have a sense of satisfaction in it. The soul doesn't. The soul is satisfied with things as they are, because the soul knows that everything is connected and everything is perfect and everything is well, and the soul trusts and respects and honors and adores the journey. So I just want to start clarifying that there is no such thing as separation if you are a twin flame. You are one soul. If you're not sure on whether or not you are actually a twin flame, then, you know, you might want to get a reading and a coaching session that helps you to go through how you can establish. You see, we try and identify with the connection from a 3D perspective and through our ego constructs. And the soul looks at things completely different. On a soul level, you will know. But on a 3D level, and from your ego perspective, from your thinking self, it's going to look like a mess often. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. That is a journey. It is a soul journey. It's not a romantic story. It is a soul journey. It is part of your soul awakening and enlightenment, elevating in your consciousness. That's what it's about. Okay. But for those of you who are not with your person, there's no communication very possibly, and you are wondering if you will be hearing from them in the next 6 to 8 weeks. We're going to ask Spirit that question. And we're going to ask what could possibly be blocking you in this connection. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Now, the first thing that I'm seeing here is that many of you are dealing with somebody that is married. It could also be you, you know, take it as, you know, as the roles fit. But what I'm seeing here is, and it's showing for me that many of you are, that it's your person that's in this dynamic, very possibly, where they are still married and where they are traditional and they're wrestling with how they can move forward without going against their traditions and what they believe, and still very stuck on a particular outcome that they should have had, but that is coming to an end. They are going through a death and rebirth cycle. They've possibly gone through a few of these. So will Aries person be reaching out to them in the next 6 to 8 weeks? Thank you, Spirit. Well, your person has definitely been watching you. Your person wants a new beginning with you. Your person, absolutely, it definitely looks that way to me. Your person really, really misses you and really wants this new beginning with you. But this person's not going to come in with some great big declaration of, I love you, let's get married tomorrow. Your person's been going through a lot of healing and they know that it's associated with you. They know that it is associated with you. I am speaking to many, many divine counterparts here in this reading. They know that they've come so far. They've realized so much about themselves. They've had so many breakthroughs since you've come into their lives. The connection with you is something that they've not been able to forget about. It's extremely profound and special, but this person is going to take their time with things. They are still a little bit cautious and in two minds about exactly what this is. They're still figuring that out, but they are willing to do that over time. I don't know how you feel about this though. What could possibly be blocking my Aries? Okay. Well, Spirit shows me that you are very, very guarded. You don't know if you can trust this person, and obviously because if they are in a situation where they've decided to leave you to stay with the person that they are with, committed to, or married to, you felt rejected. Yeah, you felt abandoned. More than anything else, you felt abandoned, and this has really forced you inwards. But what Spirit is saying to me is you are still yo-yoing between what you believe, what you want. So your energy is divided when it comes to this person. I can see that you are an independent person. You have managed to really establish a life that you can be proud of, that you like. And you ask yourself, do I really want to be dealing with this? Will this person be able to be the kind of partner that will honor what it is that I've already established? It's also possible that there is distance between you guys and that you predominantly feel like they are the one that needs to make the choice. But what Spirit is saying to me is that, yes, there's action that they need to take, but the choice has already been made. You need to decide and choose whether you are going to believe in this connection or not. Do you fully understand what this is? Because you are manifesting with your energy. So when you have a day where you feel, where you find yourself vibrating a little bit higher and you don't really care about the outside circumstances, and you feel and you remember and you know in your soul what this connection is, and then you feel a sense of confidence about it, and then you see something on social media, or you feel a little bit low in your energy, and then suddenly you're more aware of the fact that this person is not there, and then you go on another tangent with your thoughts, completely tearing this apart, taking it apart, analyzing it, and telling yourself that this is not actually what you thought it is. Depending on how you feel, you look at it as special one moment, and the next moment you look at it as toxic. So what is it going to be? What are you going to decide on? Is it toxic or is it special? Because you are manifesting with your energy and with what you believe. So it's not an easy thing to believe if you haven't experienced it, but everything in this reality is energy, guys. And there are people who have come into what we term union with their divine counterpart, and they've gone through these processes, and they want to share it with the rest of the collective because they know it works, but the collective struggles to grasp it because we still identify too much from an ego place, perspective. We still identify, we still try and experience our life through thought, through the part of us that is ego, that needs things to happen and action and to be classified and to be boxed, and needs to attach to things and own things. This is a spiritual journey. You have to allow yourself to only gaze upon it from that perspective, from that place. But if you are going back and forth between ego, allowing ego to take control of it and running with that, and then sometimes finding yourself aligned to the part of you that is source, and then allowing that to be the energy of the moment, you're constantly giving contradicting energies. So this also manifests an energy of, do I stay or do I go? Now, if you are twin flames, you are two bodies, two minds, one soul. You are one soul. So if you on a soul level believes one thing, but you don't allow yourself to live out your life from consciousness, which is you, source, you allow ego to take control of your life experience, and you live out your reality from an ego perspective. Then you completely shift from the part of you that is soul, and you give ego the reign of your reality. What do you expect? What are you manifesting? What are you attracting more of? More ego. Ego in your dynamic. Confusion, back and forth in your energy. They go back and forth. Now, the intention behind telling you this is not so that you can start to act in a way to manipulate how that, because you're hoping they're going to act in the same way. It has to be about you and your soul, guys. It is a soul journey. You cannot manipulate energy. You cannot bullshit the divine source. You are part of source. You know what you are doing all the time. And if you are asserting certain actions and behaviors because you want to draw this person into your life, then ego has already taken possession even of your spiritual process, because ego needs to manipulate and control and own to feel validated. It has to be enough for you to be loving you, to be accessing the part of you that is source and aligning with that all the time, to be enlightened in your consciousness. You are consciousness. That has to be enough, and it will happen. Everything else will flow into your life that belongs there. But Spirit wants you to know you are manifesting. And it's because you misunderstand how this really works. This is not a game of, I'm going to prove to you that I deserve to be treated better. You don't have to prove anything to your twin flame. They know your worth. Their actions are based on their relationship with themselves. Your actions need to be based on your relationship with yourself. That cleans the energy vibration up. Because at the end of the day, deep down, this is what you want. The sun comes out. Your desires, what you desire on a soul level, the part of you that is source, your guides, your keepers, everything in the universe is bringing together the various components that is going to make this happen. You just need to make sure that you are not standing in your own way, because you are sending out contradictory energy. The best thing you can do if you are finding yourself doing this, because you've not yet mastered your energy, is to detox from this person altogether. Block them if you need them. Don't look at the social media. Only search for that information that's going to enlighten you, and keep bringing it back to how you feel. Your emotions is your navigational system to let you know whether you're on track or not. Allow yourself to focus on enlightenment, rising above what is happening in your 3D reality and focusing on what is real, that you are connected to this beautiful world, and that there is so much goodness in you and in your life. Focus on that. Focus on your energy vibration until that has been cleaned up, and you can think of this person in a higher elevated vibration. This is about loving self. This is about understanding what love is. Love is a state of being. It is just like your soul is. Your soul is. You don't make your soul. You don't wind your soul up every day so that it is there. It has been there before you came into this physical body. It will be there after you go. Your twin flame is your soul. That you are connected before this time, before this life, this incarnation. You will still be connected after. Why is there the need to control this? Come to a place of accepting it as is. In fact, if you allow yourself to go inward, to align with source, with pure consciousness, the part of you that is source, and you look upon every area of your life from that space, you won't need to accept anything, because soul doesn't reject. Soul does not condemn. Your soul does not judge. Your soul knows that there is goodness and perfection in all of creation. And everything that comes into your life, even that which is uncomfortable and causes you pain, it only causes you suffering because you are trying to experience something that is pure through your ego. And something that is pure positive energy, such as love, cannot be controlled or owned or claimed. And ego needs to own and claim things. So there is resistance and friction and push and pull. And the soul doesn't do that dance, guys. So stop doing that dance. Do yourself a favor, stop doing that dance, because you are manifesting. And I do see a divine connection here. I do see that this person is still needing to get out of a marriage. I do see that, very possibly. But that is what is in the 3D, what I'm seeing, reading, what spirit is showing me in the energies here, is that this cycle is closing. I've got the death card, I've got the world card. It is closing. This is, however, your connection is that you are what I would call two apples from the very same branch. You're not even just from the same tree. You're from the very same branch. In fact, you bloomed from the same flower. You get one another. This is the kind of thing that triggers. But you need to come to realize that this journey is about you and your soul. Shift your focus from them, because you're manifesting. And how you feel, whether you like the situation or not, is an indication of whether you are manifesting what you actually want or not. So that is your message from Spirit. Clean up your energy vibration. Go Zen. Reach for enlightenment. Look at the situation and every situation in your life with people and around you the way you would when you sit and you look at nature from infinite wisdom. Because it doesn't matter whether a tree is crooked or whether one tree is bearing fruit and the other isn't. You don't question that, because your soul knows. Everything is happening perfectly. I don't need to question it. It just is. It just is. And that's perfect and that's good. And I can revel and marvel in that, because there is a beautiful unfolding of something here. And if I allow myself just to sit and witness it from a place of appreciation, how glorious would this experience be? But how often do we allow ourselves to do that? To witness things from a place of appreciation because they're not unfolding the way that we want. So, beloved, this is your message. As I said, I do see you hearing from your person. It's probably not going to be a great grand, but it is them coming forward, hoping that this at least allows the space, the gap between you to close on some level. Allow yourself to focus on the fact that this is a soul journey, and it's not a journey about two lovers coming together. This will really take the pressure away from when you look at them, what are they doing or what are they not doing? And then it causing frustration, and then you coming at the connection from an ego place. And when that happens, that creates that big drift between you guys. Okay. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel your person and to bring you these messages. I trust that they serve your highest good. Do what is best for you. Trust your intuition. Do your work. The work is easy. Go within and learn as much as you can about this journey. But trust your intuition, because there's a lot of different information. Trust your intuition. For those of you who are interested in a personal reading or would like to sign up for a spiritual life coaching process where you journey inward into yourself and you learn to look at your reality and also connect with yourself from a soul level perspective, just get to know yourself and allow yourself to become really master, aligning with who you really are before you approach your life experience, your 3D life experience. You know, it's an empowering place to live from, an empowering space to live through. You know, it's the real you. It's comfortable. It's satisfying. Life is supposed to be satisfying. Trust your intuition. You know what is best. Love and light. I'll talk to you next time. My email address is in the description box below. I just realized I didn't say that. For those of you who do want to contact me for a reading, thank you for your likes, your comments, and your subscription. I will see you next time. Bye now.